flying through, a lot of great fans, a lot of great questions. Let's see what they got now.
Awesome. Any weird photo requests today? Judging from that laughter, apparently there's something awkward.
No awkward photos from anyone in the front row and peach outfits or whatever. No.
Wow, that must have been bad. She's like hiding her face. Wow, all right, maybe we don't go into that. But we have a very large line of questions to get into.
All right, let's do it. Whoa.
Okay, so this thing's on. All right, so I know you've had a lot of great moments inside the ring, and I kind of want to start off getting it a little bit entertaining. So what has been your most embarrassing or awkward moment inside the ring?
Wow, embarrassing. Just the one? Gosh, I don't. The second time crap was dumped on me, myself and AJ, I guess. I think everyone else can only have the one. I got two, so it's kind of, I don't know if it's a record or you get a slamming for that or something. But that was pretty awful. One time at SmackDown as the World Heavyweight Champion, I got concussed. That was pretty awful. Those would be the two worst things that I can think of off the top of my head.
Thank you.
Is that surreal? This whole room is here for you.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing. It's every day you want to somehow, growing up, you want to be these dreams that you have. And at 5 years old, I wanted to be a wrestler. And I do it now. I'm in a video game. There's a kid wearing my t-shirt right now. Like, that's as cool as it gets. And hopefully, as it continues, I continue to be a good role model for kids and up-and-coming superstars.
At Survivor Series for Team Cena.
Wow. Very good question. It's, gosh, I've never heard a reaction like cashing in that Money in the Bank and felt goosebumps on my entire body. But let's call it what it is. It was Team Ziggler, not Team Cena. So, coming down, three other guys and myself, having Sting debut in a WWE ring, that's a pretty awesome moment. Great question though. Two of my favorites of all time.
Hi.
Hey bro.
Just marked me when my son was getting a picture taken, big fan, follow you on Twitter. I have kind of maybe an off-the-wall question. I know you're doing some stand-up stuff. What else do you have planned maybe in the future? Maybe not so much after wrestling, but on the side that we can look forward to?
Actually, I just been talking to my agent the last couple of months, and aside from improv shows and some stand-up that are actually the next coming months, a couple ideas being thrown around with some Comedy Central guys and a couple different things. So everything based on relationships made either through social media or just constantly on the West Coast, going to comedy shows and making some connections. So anything is all done to make myself a better superstar for the WWE. So.
Thanks, man.
Hi.
Hey, bro.
What was it like to kiss AJ Lee?
It was cool. We had a blast. We were two individuals who didn't really hang out too often before we were kind of put together on television. And afterwards, there was a lot of traveling together, throwing ideas around, and the more comfortable we became, it was myself, AJ, and Big E. We were starting to have a lot of fun and great chemistry out there, and we still, I believe, refer to Big E as our son. So. Oh, because that's my favorite. I think he's the greatest of all time, so that's my favorite. Angry, still Sean. Now we have nice guy Sean, But I feel like if we were, I don't know, at WrestleMania next year in Texas to go head-to-head in the ring, I mean, I feel like I would love to see it if I get to hold my own against who I think is the greatest of all time. So, absolutely.
Knowing that you worked with Mickey and AJ, which current diva would you want to work with now?
Who's your favorite?
Nikki and Bray.
Nikki and Bray? I'd like to work with those guys. They're great.
Thank you.
I'm a big Naomi fan. I think she has the best, moves are one thing, that's fine, that's a part of the business, but she's so crazy athletic, and fun, and sometimes braids my hair for me, so I gotta go with Naomi.
I think I know the answer to this, but I'd rather hear from you.
It's not my kid, man. I don't know.
Who do you pattern your moveset from?
Moveset, that depends. There's a famous one from Billy Gunn, there's a super kick from Shawn Michaels and Lance Storm, there's a giant jumping DDT that I saw Chavo Guerrero do when I was the caddy a long time ago. So it's all about trying to do things that are different than everyone else's, but also, you know, showing that I could roll around and wrestle with anybody too. So.
I have a question, and I'm sure everyone here is thinking the same thing. When will Dolph Ziggler become WWE champion?
I don't know, 3 other guys calling sick next week? I don't know. There's you know, myself and Ambrose are sometimes in similar boats, and sometimes you could be up, you could be down, and then all of a sudden in one night, you're in the main event for the WWE World Heavyweight title. So I feel like that's happened to me before. I feel like I lost an Intercontinental title and then instantly was in the running to be the World Heavyweight Champion in the same night. So that's how quickly everything can change in the WWE. So as long as you continue to do your job and stand out and show up and never give them any negative things about anything you do in the ring, one of these times your number comes up, and trust me, I've been ready for a couple years. I'm ready now.
Would you like to be in, and against who?
Man, I'm more of a fan of like an Iron Man match where you have to use your brain and keep everyone glued to the screen for a half hour or an hour without having the toys to play with. But the last couple weeks on the live events, I've had some street fights and hardcore matches with Sheamus where we beat the living hell out of each other. And it feels good to tear down the house doing one of those kind of matches. So extreme-wise, God, I would love to have an Iron Man match and keep everyone invested in it because I'm good enough to do so. But I don't know, an old school blue style steel cage would be kind of cool. Against who? I think Rollins. Rollins and myself had a couple really good matches, and he's doing great. So a chance to get in the ring with the champ who's on top right now. What better way to do it, I think?
Kick his butt.
You got it.
Actually, I'm a brain injury survivor myself, and you mentioned concussion. I hate to be a downer, but do you ever actually think of life after WWE in regards to any other brain injuries that you might sustain, or currently the one that you had?
Yeah, absolutely. When I was out with my concussion for a couple weeks, I thought my headache would go away after a couple of days, and it had been a week and a half of a constant 24-hour headache, and I thought I would never have a chance to step foot in the ring again. And now, knowing what we know through NFL and WWE on concussions, they are so careful to make sure that, listen, this is a tiny window for a lot of people. When I first got hired, I was told if you're lucky, you'll get 3 years of television time, and then it's a younger man's game, and everyone keeps kind of rolling in and out. So I've had a lot of years here, and I was nervous, of course, that if my head would, it's not a broken bone, it's not a broken arm or nose, this is your brain, you need this for the rest of your life. And WWE takes it so seriously that even after I was cleared through several hours of testing and days, they still waited more time just because there has to be life after wrestling for everybody. So, and thinking of life after wrestling, I constantly setting up some comedy things or just fun entertainment things, and maybe it wouldn't be too bad to be a mayor or something at some point.
Thank you guys. Who would you pick? And so what?
I'm not too in-depth on what their roster is, but I saw, as much as I make fun of them a lot for it, Sami Zayn was someone who kind of, like an underdog role, constantly trying to get somewhere and putting on great matches, so anyone who works hard or works harder than everyone else, I'm a big fan of, so Sami Zayn would be cool to have, but we're going to need somebody tall, though, so who down there is tall to watch our backs?
Cassidy.
Oh, Cassidy. Take your word for it. Let's do it. And let's see, who else?
Tyler Breeze!
Yeah, we're good. I'll pass the torch to him when it's time. At first, we still got me for now. When it's his turn, I'll pass that torch right to him. But let's get Dana Brooke in there too. We need a babe, I think. Nice. What was?
Please like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more. Also, details for the SummerSlam challenge are in the description below. Peace.